of that plan. Checking in on America's Radio Newsline as he does on a regular basis, Terry Harrison runs GoHarrison.com, host of Think Green Radio, and all-around good guy and friend of ours. Harrison, thanks for being with us.
My pleasure. I'm eager to fly over the holidays on the airlines with my favorite RIM executives. They are so much fun.
But, Harrison, you'll have to fly in plastic handcuffs. That's what the flight crew had to do. They restrained them because they were so drunk and belligerent and put on plastic handcuffs. And I know you come with your own set, so you're good.
Well, mine aren't plastic. They're still old-fashioned metal. Much better on the teeth.
You're an old-fashioned guy that way.
Well, here's the best part. These RIM executives not only had the plastic restraints on their wrists, but they gnawed through them like Angry Lassie at its water bowl, chewing like rats through wire.
Only you would know this.
Well, to me, it's the important part.
Let's get to the NTSB, because I know that you're going to have an opinion on this, aren't you?
Well, it just seems kind of interesting. It's one thing to be drunk. It's another to be frustrated at RIM. Then it's another to chew through your restraints. Not one of them, but both of them chewing through their restraints. What does that tell you about research in motion?
That things aren't going well, and folks are kind of stressed these days.
Or they have sharp teeth.
One of the two.
Yeah.
Canadian healthcare.
Pretty much.
So let's turn our attention to the National Transportation Safety Board and recommending that each state ban the use of cell phones and texting in the car pretty much all the way around from now on.
Yeah, it turns out the Transportation Secretary, Ray LaHood, has been doing research, which is not untrue. It is true that if you text and drive, you are more likely to miss traffic lights, the lane, you end up on the median, people's lawns. It really is true. Here in the state of California, I'm in the Hollywood, Los Angeles area. It is really forbidden to text while driving. In fact, you will pay a massive fine and go to jail because there are proven amounts of accidents. But talking on the phone is slightly different. Now, they do know that when you're yapping on the phone, it's different from listening to the radio because it's interactive. And you're yapping away and you get kind of lost in your argument. And you do miss lights and stop signs and the rest of it. But we've got a public that is so entrenched in our cell phones. I mean, imagine during rush hour anywhere where you've got an hour and a half sitting on hot cement and you can't make a phone call. What if you're in an accident? You can't make a phone call. These are big problems.
They are saying that if it's an emergency, you could do this. You can make a phone call. But it's kind of all how you look at it. I mean, the radio's interactive. Jay sings along with Kiss all the time.
I know that. I know
the words.
I want to rock and roll all night, party every day.
But, you know, if you have your Bluetooth and your phone is down, it just doesn't seem nearly as distractive as the texting. But then how are they going to... I guess they're just saying they don't want you to do any of it because it's hard to figure out whether somebody was actually texting or talking. That you'd actually have to see them texting, right?
Well, and it would then go into, I have a Droid, so I have the interactive Google Maps, which actually act as a GPS unit. Turn left, turn right, rerouting. Right. All of that could be considered part of my phone call, and then we would have to go back to, and Molly, when you lived in Los Angeles, you remember the infamous Thomas Guide, the size of a phone book. Where I
love my Thomas Guide. It's still in my car.
$25.
Yeah.
And that is like a phone book with a map of the entire city. And if you'd have to go back to that. So there are so many problems. And the other part is for a government that seems really uninterested in people who are underemployed and all the rest of it to suddenly be that concerned about freeway behavior, and we must now rescue 307 million people because we really care. And there's collisions here in credibility, I think.
Well, Harrison, I would love to go on with this because it is a fascinating subject, but we are out of time. But we'll be back together again next week. Look forward to it. Harrison, thanks for being with us.
All right, my friend. Have a great, drive.
Middle of the week, yeah. Okay.
Thanks, Harrison.